Hello, everybody. It's the Worm, and I'm back with Steins. And I'm going to need, well, I'll probably need your feedback today. Um, I'm a bit surprised that this hasn't come up before, uh, just recently. But well, the thing is, at the time of the year it is, and where I happen to be in the world, it is around it's in the 90s, 90 degrees Fahrenheit, thereabouts. And so for a while now, I've been using a fan. So, and I know that hasn't been ideal, but I need some air circulation just where I'm at. So, unfortunately, that has left a um that does make it makes a noise. And so that has been in the background in quite a few of these episodes I've been making. And so I'm surprised it's taken this long for someone to mention about the concept of a, how is it called? A noise gate. Yeah. And once someone said that, I realized, I thought, well, how have I not thought about something like that before now? That just seems like an obvious thing, and yet, nope. I just it's I didn't do much preparation before starting to do this whole let's play thing, which you could say maybe I should have, but it was more just you know uh, like a little bit of a side hobby thing, right? So, but now that I've been told about it, I am very thankful for that, and I've gone ahead and tried to apply it here. I've got two settings on here. I've got a noise gate and I've got noise suppression on. And hopefully that should take care of some of the background noise you may or may not have been hearing here. Um, I've had to, some of the settings I had to mess with. I had to mess with some of the settings because it sounded like my words were getting cut off. If it still sounds like that, I think I've got it pretty good. But if it still sounds like either the beginnings of my words or the ends of my words are getting cut off, could you let me know? Because some of the I think I understand what the different sort of parameters and settings are, but I'm an amateur here, so I very well could be the case I'm getting settings wrong here or there. But hopefully this is working all right. Um, in any case, Steins. Yes, last time was a bit of a it hmm it felt not a filler episode, but we kind of just tread the same ground again, and I understand why. Okabe, went through something quite horrifying, and so I could understand him wanting to believe it was just a dream or a hallucination, and so he pretty much just allowed the same thing to happen again. Um, so so he did, and we're kind of right back where we started here, and hopefully this time we're actually going to take action to prevent that future from occurring. Um, the major so more importantly, we saw that little flashback with Mayuri and Okabe in the graveyard, and that gave us quite a bit more insight into the nature of Okabe and Mayuri's relationship, which is it was more intense than I realized. I mean, clearly they were childhood friends, but the idea that she was silent for 6 months and it was only Okabe taking her hostage, quote unquote, that actually caused her to speak again. I mean, that's pretty incredible. So clearly, the bond that they have together is it's a major thing in the story. So, of course, that made it all the worse that when Mayuri, kicked the bucket again. But we've gone back. I think we went back this pretty much the same amount of time as before, and so Unfortunately for current Okabe here, he's about to get a, um, well, last time it was a rude awakening. It's a rude awakening times two, because he's going to get two sets of memories of, the future now. So let's just, I'm curious if maybe there's kind of I'm wondering if there could be something of a limit with time leaping. How many times can you do this before you're kind of overloading yourself? Because now this Okabe here is going to have the memories of the first time around and the second time around. And how many more times around is it going to be before he starts, wigging out or something? Okay, let's get back into it. I'm still going to be reading the lines afterward. Hopefully that is all right with all of you. Let's see. I can't hear. It feels like something is crushing my eardrums. Slowly, the shattered pieces of the world reform. My body convulses as if struck by lightning. I am Okabe Rintaro. I'm in the lab development room, standing in front of the time leak machine with my phone to my ear. It is funny now that I think about it. The fact that... Well, no. Never mind. That probably doesn't make sense. Never mind. My brain hurts again. This isn't like a headache. It's somehow deeper. With the pain comes a torrent of emotions. Sorrow, longing, hope, joy. That threatens to wash away my psyche. However, only one thing remains. That was not correct. However, only one thing matters. It worked again. I quickly returned to the lounge. So, does he... Well, the first time we did it, he really freaked out. Okabe did. It was viscerally painful. And he... Did he collapse? I don't remember. But he certainly... I mean, the way he described it, wanting to scrape his brain out of his head and, all that sort of stuff, that was pretty intense. And he didn't have to do that this time. That makes me wonder... Can you build up a kind of resistance to it, or... But I'm not sure that makes sense, because this should presumably be a different Okabe from the one we were just with. So how would you be able to build up resistance in that way? Unless it's the memories building up resistance? I don't know. Or maybe they just cut the part where he's in pain just to move us along quickly. Let's see. You surprised me. I almost crashed into Karisu. Don't startle me like that. Daru, is it just before 5 on the 13th? Huh? Yeah? Alright, time leap successful. I pat Karisu on the shoulders, almost in an embrace. You're a genius. What's gotten into you? Stop manhandling me. It's gross. I scramble for my phone. Toot-toot-oo. Mayushi here. Mayuri! Mayuri, where are... I can't answer the phone right now. It went to voicemail? Please leave your message after the beep. Mayuri, contact me at once, okay? At once. I hang up. I look at my watch again, it's just past 5. Thank God for the time leak machine. Makes me shiver to imagine what would have happened without it. I have 3 hours until Moeka kills Mayuri. Everything's going to be okay. So what's gonna be the play here? Are you gonna tell everyone else? I mean, it's still not exactly clear to me what Moeka was going to do with the rest of us. It sounded like, at first I thought they were going to take us away with the machine, but then she said something like we're going to silence you. So that made me think that we were going to be killed regardless. So if that's the case, it might not just be Mayuri that we need to save here. That's what I'm trying to think of. That's plenty of time to escape. Okay, so the plan is to escape. First, I'll meet up with Mayuri and leave Akiba. We can go to Ikebukuro. Wait, what if they're watching her house? Maybe we should hop on the bullet train and get out of Tokyo entirely. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, we're dealing with CERN, which I think I said something like this in a comment last episode. This is a global, secret, evil organization that is almost a master of time travel, right? So exactly how... I mean, we've seen that they're able to insert an armed force into the city. Just how pervasive is their influence? You know, is anywhere safe, or what's the deal there? Anyway, we're fine as long as Moeka doesn't find her today. So first, I need to find Mayuri. Okabe? Your eyes are bloodshot. What's wrong? Krisu and Daru look at me with concern. Both of you need to get out of here, now. What's this about? I checked my wallet. I only have 9,000 yen and some change. I'll need to stop by an ATM and withdraw everything I have. Is this another one of your Chunibyo fantasies? Krisu shrugs her shoulders, dumbfounded. I don't have time to answer her. I slip beside her and dash out of the lab. Okabe! Oi! Okabe, where are you going? Hey! I run to Yanabayashi Shrine at full speed. Naturally, I have to stop for breath before I get more than a few blocks. The sun is setting, but the temperature still hasn't dropped below 30 degrees Celsius. Sweat quickly covers my entire body. I'm not good at exercise in the first place. I finally stagger through the archway. Now I regret not borrowing Suzuha's bicycle. But no, there wasn't time for that. Finding Mayuri comes first. I run to the courtyard where I find Lukako standing alone with her bamboo broom. Lukako! Okabe-san. She bows her head. What's wrong? Mayuri. Where's Mayuri? Mayuri-chan left. Left already. She left? Yes? When you see her, could you tell her that I'm sorry? I'd really prefer not to cosplay. I don't want to disappoint her, but it's too embarrassing to dress like that in front of people. I finally catch my breath. I don't have time to listen to Lukaku's apologies. Mayuri went back to the lab? Huh? I think so. That doesn't make sense. I know she comes to the lab around 6:30. It's still 5:30. No matter how slowly you walk, it shouldn't take more than 20 minutes to get to the lab. So, what was she doing for the extra 40 minutes? We don't have time for this. Did she say if she was dropping by somewhere first? No, I didn't ask. Is something wrong, Okabe-san? If Mayuri comes back here, tell her to call me right away. Okay. I better check the lab. We might have missed each other. When I get back to the lab, nobody's there but Daru. Did Karisu go shopping by herself? I call out to him as he's ordering pizza on the computer. Where's Mayuri? Did she come back?
Yeah.
Huh? No. Where the hell is she? I take a bottle of Dr. P out of the fridge and chug it down. Cold, sparkling liquid wets my parched throat and drives the heat away. Now I can think. But I still can't relax. Every minute, every second is precious. Each moment I waste brings me closer to Mayuri's death.
Okarin さっきからなんでそんなピリピリしてるん?
Hey, Okarin? Why are you so jumpy? I need to find Mayuri.
だからルカシのところっしょ?
Isn't she at Lukashi's?
いなかった。帰った後だった。
Not anymore. She was gone by the time I got there. Start to pace in irritation.
じゃあ他のレイヤー仲間のところとか。
Maybe she went to see one of her cosplay friends.
そのレイヤー仲間の連絡先を教えろ。
Do you know their phone number?
いや、知らんし。
No clue. Damn it. It's easy to forget since she's usually here, but Mayuri and I rarely spend time together outside of the lab. May Queen and the shrine. That's about it. I have no idea where else she might go. May Queen doesn't even exist on this world line.
ああ、そういえば。
Oh, now that you mention it.
何かしているのか?
Do you know something?
携帯の電源が切れそうとか言ってたような気がする。
I think she said that her phone was about to run out of power. She had to turn it off. Yet another setback. Not only am I unable to contact her, she might not even notice my phone calls.
なあ、一体どうしたん?
Hey, what's going on?
誰? なぜここに残っている? 今すぐラボを離れろと言ったはずだ!
Daru, why are you still here? I thought I told you to leave. I understand that Okabe's in panic mode right now, but I'm wondering if it would not be more effective to actually tell at least Karisu and Daru what's going on. That, hey, we did a time leap. I don't know. Even if they may not believe him. Well, I mean, clearly, I don't know. Maybe he will. Maybe this is another failure, and then he'll have to tell them next time. I sit on the sofa. Feel the weight of stress on my shoulders and in my bones.
理由もなしにそんなこと言われてもわけわからんつうか。
I'm not leaving without a good reason.
一体何が始まるんですみたいな。
Tell me what's going on, man.
マユリが殺される。
They're going to kill Mayuri.
は?
What?
セルンが本気を出してきたんだ。あと2時間で 奴らは襲撃をかけてくる。だからお前は逃げろ。
See, I feel like you could have. I feel like you could have started with this, but Cern's after us. In 2 hours, their men will break in and kill Mayuri. Get out while you still can.
え、マジ？
What? For real?
クリスと連絡を取れるか？あいつにもそう伝えるんだ。
Can you get in touch with Karisu? Pass the message on to her.
あと2時間って、なんでオカリンはそれを知ってるわけよ。
In 2 hours? How do you know that? Daru pauses for a moment. He looks toward the development room where the time leap machine is sitting.
まさか使ったん？
No way. You used it? I nod gravely. I kick Daru out of the lab and send him home. Yeah, I really think you should have led with that. He promised to call Karisu for me and tell her to stay in her hotel, but a few minutes later she calls me directly and demands an explanation. It takes some effort, but I manage to convince her to do what I say. Shame we don't get to hear that conversation. Now I just need to wait for Mayuri to get back. I thought about looking for her, but it's too risky. Could miss each other like we did at the shrine. Better to wait here in front of the building. While waiting, I try to convince myself that everything will be okay. Mayuri returns to the lab at 6:30. That leaves us about an hour before Moeka's attack. In an hour, we could ride the bullet train from Tokyo Station to Shizuoka. Is that the best plan? Maybe we should get off at Yokohama and lay low in the hotel for a while. I can think about what comes next after Mayuri said, well, is Mayuri... Does Mayuri die because she just happens to be there with us at the time? Or is Moeka specifically ordered to kill her too, since she's a witness to the time leap machine? Because if it's the former rather than the latter, then as long as Mayuri's not there, she should be fine. But if Mayuri has been specifically targeted, yeah, then that's a much bigger issue. The time leap machine doesn't matter. Moeka can have it. My top priority is to prevent Mayuri's death. Interesting. I certainly understand where he's coming from there, but it's interesting to hear him give up the time leap machine so quickly and so readily. Did I read that? My top priority is to prevent Mayuri's death. Sweat accumulates on my forehead and rolls down my face. Hurry back, Mayuri.
あれ？
Startled, I turn toward the voice. Yeah, why don't you have a talk with Suzuha? Suzuha and Mr. Braun have emerged from the Braun Tube workshop. See them lock the door. It's they're closing up shop. Yeah, out of all the people you should have a talk with about this, you really should talk to Suzuha, since I think it's pretty clear from what she did last 2 episodes now, is that there's more to her than meets the eye. That's right. I forgot about Suzuha.
岡部倫太郎、そこで何してんの？
What are you doing here, Okabe Rintaro?
いや、
Nothing. That reminds me. During the attack, she took down 5 armed commandos in the blink of an eye. I still can't believe it. Where does an 18-year-old girl learn to move like that? And then there was her strange behavior immediately before the attack. She left as soon as she heard about the bomb threat, almost as if she knew something was going to happen. And finally, there's that business with her father. Everything about her is a mystery. Who is Amane Suzuha? Good question.
あ、わかっちゃった。今日宴会やるらしいから、その準備でしょ？
Oh, I know. You're getting ready for that party tonight, aren't you?
それを誰から聞いた？
How did you know we're having a party?
椎名真由里、さっき顔見せて、ぜひ来てねって言ってたよ。
Shina Mayuri. She came by earlier today to invite me over.
つうわけで、私もお邪魔することに。
Hope you've got room for one more, cause I'm...
ダメだ！
You can't.
もしかして私邪魔だった？
Am I a bother?
いや、
No.
まあ私もラボ面にしてもらったとはいえ所詮は部外者だしね。
It's okay. I understand. Guess I'm still an outsider.
そうじゃなくてだな。
That's not it.
んだよ、岡部。
What's wrong with you, Okabe?
うちのバイトも仲間に入れてやれ。おめえはこいつに借りがあるんだろ。こいつのへそのおかげで、おめえらがビル揺らすのも一応許してやったんだからな。
Well, let my part-timer join your little club. You owe her, remember? It's thanks to her belly that I let you off the hook for shaking the building last time. At least he's aware of it.
へそっておーい。
My belly? Hey. Suzuha has recovered her jacket. She's properly dressed now.
このバイト、なかなかいいへそだったぜ。腹回りがしっかり鍛えてあって、キュッと引き締まってたな。
Careful there, buddy. You've got a fine belly. Tight and well trained.
エロ親父、本人前にして語らないでよ。
Standing right here, you dirty old man.
今日の宴会は中止だ。だからバイト選手よ。悪いが今日は帰ってくれ。
The party is canceled. I'm sorry, part-time warrior, but please go home today. Really? You're not gonna try and talk to her about her abilities or what happened? Or, I mean, clearly, maybe not clearly, but it seems pretty sure that she knew what was going to go down. Wouldn't she have some idea, especially, you know, we're hours in advance at this point. Wouldn't she know of a... Shouldn't... I feel like she would be able to help us out. That's what I'm thinking. You know, she was able to ambush and almost take down that whole armed group with only, you know, minutes of preparation. Imagine if she has a few hours. So... I feel like this is a mistake.
中止なの？
Cancelled?
ああ、すまない。
Yeah, sorry. I attempt to smile, but with little hope of success.
岡部、何をしてんのかともかく、いざとなったら無茶だけはすんなよ。
I don't know what's going on, Okabe, but don't do anything reckless.
Eh?
Huh? It's weird to have him give me advice. I thought he was just a dirty old man who loved CRTs. Maybe he's sharper than I thought. Or maybe he's just telling me to stop shaking the building.
マユリと喧嘩をしましてね。ちょっと参ってるんです。それだけですよ。
I got in a fight with Mayuri. Things are a little complicated right now, that's all. That's the best lie I can manage. I sort of get not wanting to include Mr. Braun, but I really feel like we should just pull Suzuha aside and have a conversation with her about what happens.
あ、じゃあまずいんじゃない？
Oh, is there gonna be blood? Blood?
だってほら、あそこに。
I mean, look over there. Suzuha points across the street. I turn to look. To my surprise, there's Mayuri walking up the street with a big bag. When she notices us, she waves her hand with a ditzy smile. Mayuri.
あれ？喧嘩したんじゃないの？すごい笑顔だけど。
Huh? Weren't you fighting? She looks really happy to see you. I ignore Suzuha and run to Mayuri. The clock on my phone says 6:33.
ちょっと、どうしたのよ？
Hey, where are you going? I wasted precious time talking to Suzuha. Now that I've secured Mayuri, we need to get as far away from Akiba as we can. Yeah, something tells me running away is not going to solve the problem here, but that's just my intuition.
オカリン、そんなに急いでどこ行くの？
What's the rush, Okarin? I ignore her question and grab her hand.
走れ駅に行く
Run to the station. How much time do we have until the bomb threat happens?
わああ待って荷物が
Wait, my bag.
構うなとにかく走るのだ
Forget it, just run.
なんで
Why?
いいから走ってくれ
Just run. I can't get the image of Mayuri's death out of my mind. I won't let them kill her. I won't. Mayuri gives no further resistance. She follows obediently, quickly matching my pace. I forgot that she's faster on her feet than I am.
どこ行くの
Hey, where are we going?
そうだなとりあえず筑波が横浜あたりに
First, we'll head for Tsukuba, or Yokohama. I'm already gasping for air. Mayuri, however, might as well be strolling along for all the difficulty she's having. How can she be so ditzy and yet so athletic at the same time? Excuse me. The sun has already set, but the sky is still a mix of indigo and orange. We run through the streets, lit by dazzling shops. Everything will be fine once we make it onto the train. Okabe, I see a flaw with this plan, but... okay. I hold this thought in my mind as we run. I'm already exhausted. Mayuri practically has to drag me along to keep going. Huh? But that's not what I see in this picture. I see you clearly in front of her.
少しね休んだ方がいいんじゃないか
Shouldn't we rest a bit?
いや電車に乗るまでは走り続けろ
No stopping till we're on the train. I do my best to keep up the pace.
なでもねオカリンすごい汗だよ運動苦手なのにね無理すると
But Ocarine, you're covered in sweat. You shouldn't push yourself. You're not good at exercise. When we reach the station, I realize that something is wrong. The station is packed. Seriously packed. You don't see this many people even at rush hour. The crowd is milling around the entrance. For some reason, it looks like no one is going in. What's going on here? A protest? Some kind of street performance? I don't have time for this. Just then, an announcement plays over the PA.
現在山手線、京浜東北線、総武線すべて運転を見合わせております。
Yeah, I could see this coming. Your attention, please. The Yamanote, Keihin Tohaku, and Sobu lines are currently suspended.
お急ぎのお客様には大変ご迷惑をおかけしておりますが、何卒ご理解のほど。
We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience and kindly ask for your cooperation. Finally, I realized my mistake. That's right. Before the attack, the trains were stopped by a bomb threat. No wonder there are so many people standing around. In my haste to flee the city, I completely forgot. How could I have been so stupid?
どうしたんだろうね
I wonder what happened. All of the train lines are stopped. We can't escape Akiba. What about other means of public transportation, the subway or the bus? Should we go to another station? I turn around and head back the way we came, keeping a firm grip on Mayuri's hand. But before we get more than a few steps, a man steps out of the crowd and blocks our way. I realize that we're surrounded.
岡部倫太郎だな。
Yeah, well now we're in a worse situation than before because now I don't even see how we get to the time leak machine again. Okabe Rintaro. A low voice. A face I've never seen. He's not one of the 5 who broke into the lab with Moeka.
オカリン、この人たち知り合い？
Ocarine, do you know these people? Mayuri grips my arm tightly as she looks anxiously at the men.
一緒に来てもらおうか。
Come with us.
誰だ？
Who are you? Instead of answering, the man makes a grab for my arm. I jerk away and try to escape, but the men move to block us again.
抵抗するなら殺す。
If you resist, we'll kill you.
セルンか？
Earn. They're with Moeka? He must have planned for this in advance. A chill runs up my spine. We made a terrible mistake when we hacked into CERN. I realize that now, though it's far too late.
これだけ大勢の人がいる中で殺せるのか？
Are you really going to kill us with all these witnesses around?
冗談だと思わない方がいい。
This isn't a game. I feel something cold against my back. I don't realize what it is at first. Then it hits me. A gun. Gulp. My blood goes cold. Am I going to die here? Will my time leaping be for naught? No, I can't give up. I won't let Mayuri die. I won't accept that future. But how do I get out of this? The crowd at the station has grown even thicker. People are starting to argue with the station personnel, demanding to know when they can go home. The situation is quickly becoming chaotic. Suddenly, a fight breaks out nearby. Looks like some people are trying to shove their way through. This could be our chance. A tide of people surges into us, knocking the man behind me off balance. Now. I quickly turn and strike the man's hand aside. His gun falls away. Then the man gets swallowed by the crowd.
マユリ、逃げるぞ！
Run, Mayuri. I grab Mayuri's hand and start running. We have to fight our way through the crowd, but that also thwarts our pursuers. As soon as we reach Chuodori, we start running back toward the lab. Of course, we can't return to the lab itself. Moeka's group will be there shortly. Is the subway still running? If we get on at Suehiracho station, we can take the Ginza line to Shibuya. From there, we can grab a train heading out of Tokyo. Sounds like a new song there. I still haven't recovered from my exhaustion. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. But we can't stop now. Have to keep running. It doesn't take long before a new obstacle appears. 4 men walking together ahead suddenly stop and turn to face us. I've got a bad feeling about this. They don't look like otaku. Are they with CERN too? My fears are confirmed when the 4 men start walking toward us, arms spread to block the street. No doubt about it, they're after us too. I turn to flee back toward the station, and there I see the first group of men closing in behind us. We're trapped. Enemies on both sides. There's only one choice. I grab Mayuri and make for the nearby side street.
オカリン、どこに行くの？
Ocarine, where are we going? I'm trying to get to Suehirocho station without using the main streets. But as we pass UPX, several men on the bridge point at us and shout something. Are they with CERN too? How many men do they have? We turn back and change course.
いいか、マユリ、お前の方が 足が速いから。
Okay, Mayuri, you're a faster runner, so... Talking while running uses up all of my breath. Sweat drips into my eyes, making it hard to see.
お前だけでも逃げろ。はぐれたら袋の岸文字に行け。そこで
You go on ahead. Go to Ariti Shrine in Ikebukuro. We'll meet... Before I finish, I catch sight of another group of men waiting for us up ahead.
どうなって。
What's going on, Ocarine? I look back. The group from before is chasing us. We're surrounded by enemies. The familiar streets of Akiba are filled with agents of CERN. I recall what Moeka said.
あなたたちに逃げ場はないわ。
You have nowhere to run.
私たちの仲間はすでに秋葉原中に散らばっている。
We have men stationed throughout Akihabara. Despair seizes my heart. Is escape impossible? We're just kids playing at science in the safety of our tiny little lab. Our enemy is a multinational conspiracy willing to kill anyone who gets in their way. Were we doomed from the start? No. No matter what, we must get away. Leading Mayuri by the hand, I push my way through a crowd, then jump the fence onto the road. Ooh. Yeah. Something strikes me with crushing force, sending me tumbling across the pavement. I come to a stop several meters away. My body is racked with intense pain. A red curtain covers my eyes. I try to brush it off, and my hand comes away slick with blood. I grit my teeth against the pain and lift my head. Mayuri is lying on the pavement a few meters away. I reach out to her. No response. Mayuri is motionless. No. Did the impact kill her? This can't be happening. The car that ran us over, a white van, pulls up. The door opens, and out steps...
動きは止めたわ。
I've stopped them. Kiryu Moeka. Her again. She knew the exact moment to be here in order to run over poor Mayuri.
岡部君。いえ、岡部倫太郎は確保。
I've secured Okabe-kun. I mean, Okabe Rintaro. She's talking to someone on her phone. Has she been tracking us this whole time?
警察に連絡して。椎名真由里が死んだ。
Contact the police. Sheena Mayuri is dead. She looks down at me with eyes cold enough to freeze my blood.
なんで殺すんだ。
Why? Why do you kill her?
あなたが逃げるからよ。
Because you ran.
くそ。
Damn. Damn you. I leap up and throw myself at Moeka with all my might. She goes down hard. I hear her head smack against the pavement. I stand up and look around. Moeka is dazed and unable to stand, but I see CERN agents making their way toward us through the crowd. I've got to get out of here. Take a step, but then a sharp pain runs through my body like an electric shock. Crash must have broken my leg. It doesn't matter. I have to get to the lab and time leap again. That's the only way to save Mayuri. I look back at the site of the accident. Moeka is slowly getting back to her feet, but Mayuri remains limp and motionless on the road. Damn it, damn it, damn it. breaks my heart to leave Mayuri lying there, but I have no choice. I have to get back to the lab, no matter what. Fighting the pain on my broken leg, I managed to drag myself back to the lab. What? Surprisingly, CERN's men didn't chase me. Nobody's at the lab when I arrive. Only the lights are still on. Relieved that Karisu and Daru haven't returned, I head straight to the development room. I remembered to break into the Braun Tube workshop to turn on the 42-inch CRT. My body's drenched in sweat and I can't stop shivering. Everything hurts, especially my right side, where the car hit me. If I'm not careful, I might pass out. My vision is blurry, it's hard to focus. My left arm is numb and I can barely move. But still, I force myself to activate the X68000 and input the settings. I'm gasping for breath like a wounded animal. The sound of my heartbeat fills my ears. Mayuri. They killed her again. I failed to protect her again. What's worse, I left her all alone in front of the station, with that gawking crowd. Forgive me, Mayuri. Forgive me. Choking back my tears, I frantically pound on the keyboard. Police sirens echo in the distance. Moeka hit Mayuri in front of hundreds of witnesses. They'll probably take her in for questioning. Even if CERN bails her out somehow, she should be stuck for at least a couple hours. The real problem is her men. Those mercenaries, or whatever they were. CERN's hit squad. Why didn't they come after me? It's a good question. Should have been easy for them to catch me, injured as I am. Doesn't matter right now. I need to hurry. If they show up here, they'll kill me for sure. Settings complete. I put on the headgear. I'll get blood on it, but that doesn't matter. A surge of anxiety washes over me. What if the time leap fails? What if my memory data gets corrupted in the process? I might forget who I am. I might lose myself. Should I really use the machine?
当たり前だ。
Of course I should. I curse my weakness.
マユリが死んだんだぞ。
Mayuri's dead, remember? I will never allow such a terrible future to remain unchanged. If I can save Mayuri, then I'll overcome the barrier of time as many times as it takes. I alone have the power to change the past. What am I waiting for? Swallowing my fear, I activate the time leap machine. Okay. All right. I think we're gonna call it there. Get ready for... what is it? Round 4 now? This will be our 4th time through this scenario? Yeah, so that was a bit weird. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a think, and I think I'll have some thoughts for next time. But look, I understand. Okabe, he's a younger guy. He's panicking the whole time. But still, he just made... I think he made so many missteps this episode. Alright. We'll call it there. Once again, I will ask for your opinion. Has my voice been alright this episode? I'm using this noise gate and noise suppression filter, so I'm hoping it sounds alright, but if my words are getting cut off, please let me know, because I really don't want I don't want it to be that bad for you all. I want it to sound good, so. I mean, is if I can get these filter settings correctly, I think this will be great because, at least from the tests that I've done, when I have these filters on, the fan that I have in the room, you know, I can have it facing toward me, but it doesn't get picked up, and that's great. So I'm hoping that I got this working correctly. In any case, I've been the Warm. This has been Steins Gate. I hope you're all doing okay, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.